Well, ladies and gentlemen, I, as always, am the Velvet Voice, the one, the only Walker Stewart, here live in Edmond, Oklahoma. For the very first time in my professional wrestling career, Empire Pro Wrestling has come to Edmond, Oklahoma. And not only are we coming to Edmond, we are coming to the Sky Zone Trampoline Park. And Malachi is coming to ringside here tonight. I, of course, will be joined soon at the broadcast booth by none other than Diamond Jim James Southern. And we will be hearing from him in a very short amount of time as the Savior is suffering Malachi, one half of the AIWF World Tag Team Champions and one half of the newly crowned Empire Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions in Malachi and Maniac Mike, together known as the Psychotic Messengers. But we are only seeing Malachi out here for the time being. What a hell of a match that we saw in triple threat elimination tag team action, where Malachi picked up both the AIWF World Tag Team titles and the Empire Pro Wrestling Tag Team titles from Muerte Silencioso and Drake Gallows, as well as the Rebel Hearts. Well, you want to talk about a man that is draped in gold alongside none other than this seemingly newly established stable that we have known as Sinister Vanity. The leader of this newfound stable, none other than Duncan Kincaid, is making his way down to ringside as Diamond Jim James Southern joins us here at the broadcast booth. James, how are you doing here today?
It is a pleasure to be here with you, Walker. It's a pleasure to be in the shadows of Oklahoma City here in beautiful Edmond, Oklahoma, as the not-so-beautiful Duncan Kincaid makes his way to the ring.
I don't know if there's really anything beautiful about this trio that we have accompanying Duncan Kincaid here at ringside. I mean, it's Tyler Watts. He is our EPW International Champion, newly crowned as of yesterday, where an unceremonious beatdown took place where Duncan Kincaid and Ryan the Ripper attacked Tyler Watts' opponent, who was then EPW International Champion Sweet Cakes.
It was a brutal beatdown on Sweet Cakes, and they took the title. I'm sure Sweet Cakes is going to be out for revenge soon.
Of course, we have none other than the Stone Wolf, Duncan Kincaid. He is your Red Dirt Wrestling Iron Man champion. And I'll tell you right now, James, that man didn't win the Iron Man championship through any clean methodations. You know it just as well as I do. We were there live at the UWO TV12 Unified Rumble event in Oklahoma City on April 7th, where Duncan Kincaid would end up winning the Unified Rumble. But tonight, Duncan Kincaid has requested something very strange, something odd, as you might know, James Southern. He has requested that Malachi defend both the Empire Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships and the AIWF World Tag Team Championships in a singles contest.
It is indeed a strange request, but Malachi always up for the fight.
That's one thing you have to appreciate about this competitor right here, as he wrenches that arm, really trying to lock in something devastating here on Duncan Kincaid. We know Duncan Kincaid to be a bare-knuckle brawler. And when you have a man like Duncan Kincaid with isolated arms, I mean, he's not going to be able to strike quite as effectively as usual, right, James?
You can see right now trying to find a way to get that elbow back to connect with the head or the arm of Malachi, as Malachi takes him over now, hitting the ropes, kneeing him right in the back, just square into Kincaid's spinal column.
Duncan Kincaid, oh, I thought Malachi was going for the cover there, but no, we were just getting these repeated blows to the side, almost to the ear, throwing off the momentum here of Duncan Kincaid as we get a 1 count there.
Tyler Watts up on the apron.
Tyler Watts needs to stick his nose. He needs to stop sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Stick it back in his own business. He has no reason to be out here at ringside tonight, James.
Well, you mentioned earlier the nefarious means that both of these men who have gold around their waist have won it by. And you see a pattern. You see why these three might be hanging out together. Some common threads of criminality.
Criminality, that's a wonderful word to describe sinister vanity that we have in front of us here. As referee Super Dave is communicating with the crowd now, beginning this standing 10 count here on the outside.
Dave reminding Duncan Kincaid he's got to win the match in the ring, as Duncan takes a minute to reevaluate his strategy against the double champion in Malachi.
How do you think Malachi has to be feeling right now? He is defending the tag team championships, the double championships that he has in his possession in a singles competition. He didn't win those championships in a singles match. This is a completely different ball game than Malachi faced yesterday against Muerte Silencioso, Drake Gallows, and the Rebel Hearts.
Without a doubt, Malachi, of course, used to being able to tag out to Maniac Mike. He doesn't have that option in this match. Duncan Kincaid has more experience as a singles competitor, so you've got to give him the edge in this match.
And we are seeing that experience in full force here with that arm locked in right there. And he is using that bottom rope for leverage on that. Referee Super Dave not acknowledging it, not recognizing it, out of position, if you will. Duncan Kincaid is on full offense here tonight.
Duncan Kincaid playing that game of human chess, if you will, making sure he was in position, to capitalize and use those ropes without referee Dave seeing it.
And not to mention the absence of Malachi's partner in Maniac Mike. The Psychotic Messengers are not together on this night. However, we do see this cohesive unit that is Sinister Vanity in front of us. How do you think that's going to play into this contest?
Without a doubt, I'm sure right now that Malachi wishes he had some backup in Maniac Mike, or honestly just anybody, to be out here on this like 3-on-1 attack we're seeing from Sinister Vanity.
Of course, we see none other than Ryan the Ripper at ringside. Lateral press, only a 1 count there after hooking the outer leg. Duncan Kincaid very frustrated by the referee's count here tonight. Of course, as mentioned before, we saw Ryan the Ripper on the outside, the only man a part of Sinister Vanity who does not hold any form of championship, whether it be in Empire Pro Wrestling or Red Dirt Wrestling. How do you feel about the idea of Tyler Watson and Ryan the Ripper even challenging for the tag team titles? I'm sure that they're scoping out their competition, or one half of it, in Malachi at the ring right now.
Well, without a doubt, with 2 of these men already having gold around their waist, you know that's got to be the first thing in Ryan the Ripper Allen's mind is, how do I get some of what they have? He wants some gold. And if I'm holding the championship in Empire Pro Wrestling, I'd be worried about him.
Of course, Ryan the Ripper, a former Empire Pro Wrestling Internet Television champion. Duncan Kincaid, though, your current Iron Man champion, is on Dream Street, it looks like. Wobbly legs, but what is Tyler Watson? Ryan the Ripper are hitting the ring. The referee has called for the bell. This match is over, James.
Just disgusting tag.
Wait, but look who it is. It's Sweet Cakes. He's here.
Sweet Cakes, just the day after losing the international title, he is here to make the save.
And look at those shorts he's wearing, James. He's showing those sexy calves to this audience here in Edmond, Oklahoma. They scared off Tyler Watts, scared off Ryan the Ripper. Sweet Cakes has come to the aid of Malachi here tonight.
Sweet Cakes' sexy legs make the save, and Malachi, your winner by disqualification.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take it back down to ringside for Diamond Jim James Southern.